It is a building that first hosted football way back in 1966 as EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Get ready. Get ready. Exit, exit. Check, recon, 132 fight. Check 43.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
3 down. H3-2-8-T. Chopper.
Now back to throw. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Check. And go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. He'll drop to throw. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On 2nd down, Dixon. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This one fielded at the 5.
At their own 26-yard line.
On 1st down, Armstrong. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's put that team on a buck. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach, frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
It's Armstrong, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. Fields. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And got his man complete. And that goes as a gain of 37 on third down. And that seemed to me to be all about trusting your receiver.
No doubt about it, because when he put that ball in the air, I will guarantee you everyone who's watching this game right now thought that's up for grabs. But this is a lot of practice time. As you mentioned, a ton of trust, and he knows how good his guy is. So to him, it wasn't up for grabs. To him, it was a big play waiting to happen.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Fields. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again. Fields. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Armstrong. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 7-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Raiders 7, Broncos nothing.
Eight yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken short.
Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 29-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
General,
Back to throw here. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That's another Raiders first down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, it's Jacobs. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now. 8, 3. Smoke. Ready, go.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Travis Kelce, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Carlson now to add the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score 14-6. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at his 4. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
Here we go. 1500. 1500. Hey, let's go. Watch the screen. Kill. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. Guys, it's game situation.
They run the counter. Armstrong. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The Broncos on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Fields. Found his target. It's Anderson. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
They'll run on first down. It's Armstrong. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Mike 51. Mike 51. Come, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Step 2. 51. Mike 51. You ain't going nowhere.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. Back to throw. Fields. That one complete to Anderson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Fields into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Robbie Anderson, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good.
Next to score, Raiders 14, Broncos 13. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken very short. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 44-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first down. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Ready. 17 in. Watch me before. Hey, pick it up, defense. Go.
Back to throw now on 1st down. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A nice gain of 21 yards. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Alpha.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, as the first half is winding down, and the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played, the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
You're not going to get me? 58, right over there. Mike, 58, right there. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. 58, whoa. 58, Mike. Here we go. Here we go. Go, go. And 58 is the Mike. Go, 58 is the Mike. Let's go, tight end. Let's go.
2nd and 9 now. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final shot before break. Fields. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Second and 2. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
I got one. Rush in. Check it back.
On 3rd down, it's Armstrong. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Key. Hey. You got 3.
2nd and 6. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Fields. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Fleming. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off play action. Fields. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Looking to throw. Fields. This is the tight end Fant. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 27-yard line.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Here's a throw out wide to Anderson. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. From the gun, Fields. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
They run it with Jacobs. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
One play has him to the 37 here for first and 10. They'll drop the throw. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. The 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. A big play that time for the Raiders. 41 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
An update from out in Kansas City. The Chiefs have opened up a 2-touchdown advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. On first down, it's Jacobs. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there was another first down run right there.
Set, ready, 50, plant, who that, 5-7, let's go. Ready.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Come on, set. 10 Tucson. All day. Protein spill. Ready.
On 2nd down, Dixon. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Ready. Boy, 51. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Ready, go.
They're going to look to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Touchdown, Raiders.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Off the play fake. Fields. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
It's 2nd down.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw. Fields. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off.
To throw on third down. Fields. Open man is Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they got themselves a first down.
First down, Broncos.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10.
Go. 58, boys. 58. 58. It's Mike. And come on out here. Come get some.
Looking to throw. Fields. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Brings up second and 10.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey. Watch the ship. Check 13.
They'll try the left side. Armstrong. And he's got this down to the 35. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Take 4. Take 4. Take. Step. Go.
Back to throw. Fields. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Here's second and 10 now from the 35.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
To throw again. Fields. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Check that.
Looking to throw. Fields. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Incomplete from the contact. It's now fourth down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. On fourth down, Fields. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Back to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And the big guy catches the ball in the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. 60, orange. Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. 61, matchbox, light.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now. 30 pace, let's go. Quiet, 64, weak.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
2nd and 1. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And, Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
The Raiders on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Looking to throw. He may try and run for this. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Jacobs now. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided.
Fight 51, Mike 51.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Buying time to, and the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cleveland Farrell able to get him for a loss of about 3.
It's 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd down. Fields on a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Fields. Over the middle, complete. It's Fleming. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Fields. But he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, "What do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out?" He said, "Oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best and knowing that taking care.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Jonathan Abram picks it. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And only able to get two here. Stopped at the 30. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Raiders, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first two home games.